Howdy, cadre. Welcome back to Minecraft. Something a little bit different. Recording, yes. I was playing around in one of the worlds I use for creative at times. Yeah, I've thought about this from different angles before, and what got me thinking about it was the village types. This gets complicated. The wood types are simple. There's eight wood types. They've introduced these two nether woods. They're from fungus. But then there's these 6 shades of surface wood. 8 of those. Then there's your various stones and some variants. Then you got your bricks. And it gets kind of complicated because 8 of these have either smooth or polished variants. And then there's the brick stuff, which sometimes corresponds with regular stones. Anyways, I don't know if this is of interest. When building, there's obviously countless choices for building blocks, but it helps to have slabs, stairs, and fences or walls. So the wood certainly has all those. The stone has those as well. Yeah, surprisingly, the black stone is lacking. And the quartz doesn't have fences. And the prismarine bricks don't have fences, nor does the purpur. Anyways, then some of these have the smooth or polished versions. And whereas the wood has fences, the stone has walls. Which the walls will connect to each other and just put posts at the end. But they don't connect with the fences. The fences will connect with each other. Anyways, that was actually a tip somebody I was watching just gave, that if a wall next to a fence like this is something that you can still, well, this is a bad example. I guess I could demonstrate here. It's something you can still slide through. But enemy mobs won't do that because they'll see both of those blocks as occupied and full, and they won't see a clear path through it, but players can do it. Anyways, the sandstone has regular and smooth versions, and it also has cut versions that just have a line, an accent line around two sides. There's nothing else that has that, but there are petrified oak slabs. I'm not sure why. They may be harder. They may be more like stone. They look the same as the oak. Anyway, yeah. So I was thinking about there are 5 village types. But they don't directly correspond with biomes. There's some like duplication and overlap. Some have direct correspondences, like what? But some of these are designed but not implemented. Like you could spawn them into a creative world, but they don't exist in a naturally generated world. And that's jungle and swamp. And these are just costumes for villagers in those biomes. Those don't exist. The ones that do exist are desert, plains, savanna, snow, and taiga. But like spruce is in 2 of those, and desert doesn't really have a wood type connected with it. They've got cacti. They use sandstone instead. But that had me looking at like some of the snowy villages, or some of their buildings are made out of ice or snow. And then there's other interesting connections, like where things appear. Witch's hut use spruce, which doesn't normally that appears in taigas and mountains, not swamps. Birch and dark oak can appear in woodland mansions. Anyways, the jungle and the acacia with savanna have strong ties. And then these 2 new woods are nether. So some of these you can start to assign. Like birch comes from forests. The oak comes from swamps or plains. The acacia comes from savanna. The jungle comes from jungle. I didn't get these in the right order. The spruce comes from taigas or mountains. The dark oak comes from dark forests. And then these from crimson and warped forests. And these kind of aquamarine ones come from the underground temples. And there is kind of a progression that from left to right. Well, I rearranged these into light to dark, or at least I tried to. It's kind of weird at a couple points to decide, but I put this color shift in the center, kind of. I don't know. So some of these relate to biomes. And there's kind of a progression normally from oak, which would be the most normal biomes, plains. And oak appears pretty much in every biome. Anyways, but the actual order. Oak from plains, spruce from taiga, birch from forests, jungle, acacia from savanna, dark oak from dark forests, and then the crimson and warped from the nether forests. But then you got the stones, the sandstones, the colored stones, your functional stone. Again, the prismarine comes from the underwater temples. The quartz and blackstone, along with the nether bricks, come from the nether. And then the end stone and purpur come from the end and the end cities. And then, yeah, you've got the mossy variants. There's just a couple of those. But organizing them this way puts stone with cobblestone. And this extra row of 8 are the polished or smooth variants. But the black stone doesn't have a regular. And these two don't get walls. Anyways, then I was looking at light sources. This is almost everything that glows. I was trying to get them to somewhat correspond. With where they come from or might be used. Anyways, oops. With them so close together, though, it's hard to tell their relative light sources, including the sea pickles. Which have a pretty soft to glow. Unless you build them up some. Anyways, so if you ignore, well, I said 8, but then there's the cut versions too. So that's like 10 variants. But the total I got for the number of stairs is 36. And that includes those variants. If you cut those out, you've got like 26. And that comes in 3 basic groups. You got your woods, your stones, and your bricks. And I included purpur with the bricks, as well as the dark prismarine. They don't refer to those as bricks, but they look like bricks in that they're broken down smaller than blocks. The only thing that aren't referred to as bricks, again, are the purpur and the dark prismarine. which I think really are bricks. Prismarine looks more like cobblestone, which is why why I grouped it. With the stones here, and yeah, the stones are certainly the biggest group. Though, you know, sandstone is possibly softer than like the petrified oak. I don't know. Wonder, I should look at the petrified oak where that's used. And yeah, don't have fences for everything. But then there's corresponding blocks for all these. And in addition, in the sandstone and regular stone, there are various chiseled and sculpted variants, as well as a lot of things that kind of match in with the stone block. So, anyways, I just thought I'd record that and share it, and my carrots still haven't grown. What did I leave up here? Oh wow, there's a bunch of stuff. Interesting. Oh, I picked up stuff I didn't mean to. Oh, that's probably better. Uh, let's see. I'm just trying to see if there was anything else I wanted to mention. Yeah, I was thinking of Mossy as a variant originally, but and it is, but there's only 2 of them. And it adds enough color that it certainly changes. Now, they are good accent blocks for each other. And that is a way, you know, like if you did your edges in the polished or smoothed variants, and then your walls in the rougher stuff, it would look pretty good. It would look like it was more finished end columns or whatever. A lot more build options than there used to be. Yeah, I was trying to line these up with different biome types. It gets complicated. Some of it's obvious. But I've been taking notes and just wanted to get that stuff shared. And insert catchphrase here.